up in the Northern Territory against the Raptors.
Anunoby carving out some space inside. But you see Van Vliet, pesky guard defending Giddey, top of the key. First shot of the game for the Thunder. It's a Ludort three, right down the punt.
Rookie class coming in and stepping up in their first season.
Up and down the lottery. A lot of impressive performances so far. Bazley passes up the three. Realizes he's got help out on the perimeter. As Dort got by the initial defender, and that's going to be an and one. Follows the miss, then rifles it inside the Favors. And here come the Raptors. Barnes and his big body leaves it off there. Siakam slicing to the rim. Siakam got down low. His man able to get in there amongst the skyscrapers. He comes out of the pack.
Nice little block. That looked like Poku may have disrupted that shot.
As that pass fired back out to the perimeter, as Siakam tees up the three and knocks it down. Man attacks right to the rim. Did everything but finish. As Siakam again, this time in 2 plays. He can make the three and he can also drive to the rim.
Yeah, he's got a big, how about this here? Driving to the rim.
Bazley! No apologies on the slam. And Boucher, the rebound for Toronto. What's Siakam do here? Try to attack, spins and floats it up. Van Vliet trying to go to work on Pokusevski. Again, settles for the outside shot.
Very fitting. He's an all-star in the Eastern Conference this year as his team playing its best basketball.
And that's going to be a foul.
21.5 points. Well, to be exact, 21.6 points. Siakam is 21.5.
Oh, Pokusevski, a little up and under move on Boucher. As Van Vliet calls out the screen, wants to get Pokusevski on him again. Pokusevski pressuring. Van Vliet caught in the air, not a problem. Boucher.
Thunder Raptors starting in the second quarter.
Start of the second quarter indeed, with Toronto up by 12 as Anunoby, he wants to get into the mix from.
You know, we talk about they don't have a lot of size, but they have a great average size. That's a nice little step through.
He's on the backside. Brent, here comes Anunoby. Gives it right back underneath. That's going to be an and one.
Raptors are just making shots right now.
Oh, Jerome, instead of going and cutting to the perimeter, he cut back inside. Barnes gets it in. As Van Vliet has returned. Malado defending, and Van Vliet on the step back has his third three. And Pokusevski starts at Ty Jerome, same spot. Another three, and he knocks that one down too. Thunder again going very small as Ty Jerome shows the marksmanship from. Siakam has been the fountain of offense here for the Raptors in the first half. Barnes with man on his backside, and man just trying to make him feel him, but maybe you should ask him, you know, how do I pass? Oh, there's a turnover, and Trent Jr. now makes it 9.
They can cut into it.
Pokusevski had a notion. Bazley not going to hesitate, and just able to take up so much space with those long strides. Another fast break opportunity. This time it's Bazley off the setup from Maladone.
56-51. The Thunder can hold on here defensively.
Van Vliet to Trent Jr. 3. You mentioned those fast break points. It's much better to attack this defense as Dort splashes one in.
And it was overturned. Yeah, good challenge too by Mark Dagenham.
It's the exact same spot. Van Vliet, boy, he continues. Never quite got it to the rim. Siakam, who had a huge first half with 21. Van Vliet had a little flurry in the first half.
Van Vliet a little bit slow getting up off that layup.
North three way off, but Bazley saves it right to Giddey, and Giddey.
His scoring average has gone up for 5 straight seasons.
Wasn't highly recruited out of high school and wasn't a big prospect. They're extra careful about the upper body, particularly the head, and Anunoby finally gets one to drop it.
A little block and tackle for Teo to get his first 2 tonight.
Boy, Van Vliet, no hesitation whatsoever.
Time without bringing the ball down.
Underestimating my wingspan.
Just a real smooth shot is scoring close in.
Okashevsky, catch fire three. That is good from the outside. He's got himself a triple. It is down to 10. A lot of time left to go in this game.
And the Thunder are doing it, with, 8 or 9 guys, whereas the Raptors are doing it with just,
as you said, just 7 bench points for the Raptors. Van Vliet had it raked away. Shot clock at 3. And the shot is up, and it is good.
Fallen so far, hadn't been able to string them together. Siakam's trying to get deep. He draws a couple of defenders. That just continues to add to that stat line.
Ty Jerome knew exactly where Teo Maladon was to send him over that.
The mantra on any long-range shooter, once he sees those hands down.
Siakam just using his length.
Exactly where the Raptors have gotten a lot of leverage tonight in that painted area.
And Teo Maladon is going to be an and one.
How about this, partner? 23 assists on 30 made field goals.
So continuing to distribute the basketball. With Teo Maladon into the mid-range from his
getting the mid-range shot. He's already knocked down a couple of threes.
Okashevsky, boy, a little too soft on that baseline pass. Rare mistake for Siakam, who's played a very solid game. As Okashevsky,
the spacing he's shown on the floor, as well as knocking down a three-pointer in transition.
I think a lot of that starts with the fact that he's been in minutes per game at over 38. Nice deflection, Lou Dort. Able to get into the passing lane. Then it's Maladon. It was a full sprint right to the rim, and Ty Jerome able to clean it up. As Anunoby trying to beat everybody down the floor. And there is Barnes, and Barnes has himself a three. 80 seconds left to go. As Maladon hoists and hits. So get ready to head out on the road. Meet with Philadelphia. Friday night, Okashevsky. He's got 18. So, well, Toronto just wants to run out this clock with that healthy lead, and will do so and come out with win number 7 in a row.